Today we are going to learn another paragraph from the lesson on saying please. Paragraph starts from this does not mean to moods and manners. Here is the paragraph. This does not mean that the damages are negligible. We have already seen in the first paragraph of the lesson that a lift man throws out a passenger and he was fined for that. So what happens next? The writer has expressed all his views in the first paragraph and second paragraph of the lesson. The next paragraph that we are going to learn today. Here the writer Alfred John Gardiner says, this does not mean that the damages are negligible. Moral, he was talking about moral and intellectual damages. There is no law or no allowances or no compensation if we are hurt morally or intellectually. So the writer says that this does not mean that, पण याचा अर्थ असा नाही that damages are negligible. अशा प्रकारचे इंटेलेक्चुअल और मॉरल डॅमेजेस जर झाले असतील तर दॅट आर निग्लिजिबल. आपण त्याच्याकडे दुर्लक्ष करू शकतो, ते दुर्लक्षित आहे असा त्याचा अर्थ होत नाही. इट इज प्रोबेबल, शक्यता आहे that the lift man was much more acutely hurt. Acutely hurt means intensely, severely hurt by what he regarded as a slur upon his social standing than he would have been if he had a kick on the sins for which he could have got a legal redress. The sentence is large. Look at it is probable, shakyata hai that the lift man was much more acutely hurt by what he had regarded as a slur upon his social standing. When the passenger entered the lift, he said, just stop and not stop please. So, because of the bad behavior of the passenger, he was acutely hurt. The lift man was acutely hurt. So, when the passenger did not say stop please, he was acutely hurt. So he took as a slur upon his social standing that the passenger did not say please. So he took it as a slur upon his social standing. त्याचा समाजात लिफ्टमॅनचं समाजातील जे स्थान आहे त्याच्यावर त्याने एक लांछन लागलेला आहे, कलंक लागलेला आहे असं त्याने समजलं. सो ही टूक passengers behavior as rude behavior, bad behavior, and he thought that he was acutely hurt by the passengers behavior. So he regarded it or passengers behavior as a slur upon his social standing than he would have been if he had a kick on the sins for which he could have got a legal redress. सोशल स्टँडिंग किंवा सामाजिक जीवन जगत असताना पॅसेंजरचं जे वागणं होतं ते त्याने एका कलंक म्हणून किंवा त्याच्यावर एक लांछन लागलं आहे असं समजून घेतलं. त्यामुळे ही वॉज हर्ट बाय पॅसेंजर्स बिहेवियर. If he had a kick on the sins means the front part or the front bone of the leg below the knee to ankle. Below knee to ankle, this part is called sin. If someone has kicked him on sins, he might not have hurt much more than he was hurt by the bad temper or bad manners of the passenger. So, if he had been kicked by someone, he would have got a legal redress. Passenger त्याच्यासोबत वाईट वागला वाईट पद्धतीने वागला त्यामुळे त्याला लिगली काही मदत भेटू शकत नाही, परंतु जर त्याला कोणी त्याच्या पायावर लाथ मारली असती तर त्याला लीगल रिड्रेस किंवा कायदेशीर मदत मिळाली असती. सो हियर redress means remedy of set right. Make a thing or set a thing right, that is called redress. You would have got a legal redress. कायदेशीर मदत किंवा कायदेशीर उपाय त्याला सापडला असता जर कोणी त्याला पाय मारला असता तर. But he was morally hurt, so there is no compensation or allowance or any legal system to get redress or to get the thing set right. The pain of a kick on the sins soon passes away, but the pain of a wound to our self-respect or our vanity may poison a whole day. Here, what is the meaning of this sentence? The pain of a kick on the sins soon passes away. That means if we are physically attacked or injured by someone, look at the line. The pain of a kick on the sins soon passes away. If we are attacked by someone or injured, so the pain of that wound can or will soon heal or be forgotten. जर आपल्याला कोणी मारलं किंवा आपल्या पायावर जर कोणी लाथ मारली तर त्याच्यामुळे जी जखम होईल किंवा ज्या वेदना होईल त्या लगेच बऱ्या होतील आणि त्या आपण विसरून सुद्धा जाऊ. बट द पेन ऑफ ए वुंड टू अवर सेल्फ रिस्पेक्ट और अवर प्राइड, पण आपल्या अभिमानाला, आपल्या स्वाभिमानाला किंवा आपल्या आत्मसन्मानाला जर ठेच लागली असेल, सो मे पॉइझन, ठेच जर लागली असेल आपल्या आत्मसन्मानाला तर दॅट मे पॉइझन अ होल डे, तर ते आपल्या त्या दिवसाचं किंवा फार काळापर्यंत आपण त्या दिवसाचं आपलं जे वागणं आहे ते दूषित करून टाकेल किंवा आपण फार काळ ती जखम विसरू शकत नाही. जर ती आपल्या सेल्फ रिस्पेक्टला आणि आपल्या प्राईडला लागली असेल, तर आपल्या आत्मसन्मानाला लागली असेल तर आय कॅन इमॅजिन दॅट लिफ्टमॅन denied the relief of throwing the author of his wound out of the lift. The writer says that I can imagine that the liftman denied the relief of throwing the author of his wound out of the lift, brooding over the insult by the hour. The liftman was thinking about the insult. The insult that was made by the passenger. He was thinking sadly about the insult made by the passenger, and visiting his wife in the evening as the only way of restoring his equilibrium. Equilibrium means balance. He was insulted by the passenger, so this insult can be balanced only when he will visit his wife, when he will return to home, when he will visit his wife, only at that time he will get balanced his insult. Because there are few things more catching than bad temper and bad manners. Bad manners and bad tempers पेक्षाही अनेक गोष्टी आपल्या लक्ष वेधून घेणाऱ्या आहेत, as it is told by the writer. Look at it. The writer tells here an example. When Sir Anthony Absolute, here is a person, Anthony Absolute. Anthony Absolute. Look at who was Anthony Absolute. Look at it. Sir Anthony Absolute bullied Captain Absolute. Captain The latter went out. Latter means Captain Absolute went out and bullied his man. That was Fag. The man's name is given Fag. Whereupon Fag went out downstairs and kicked the page boy. Here, look at Sir Anthony Absolute to page boy. These amusing incidents, that is fictitious, not real. This amusing incident is described in Act 3, Scene 1 of The Rivals, 1775. That was a comedy written by Sheridan. This is the name of the author, Sheridan. Sir Anthony is Captain Jack Absolute's father. Sir Anthony Absolute is father of Jack Absolute. He was father of Jack Absolute, and Fag is the son's servant. Son Jack Absolute. Servant. Who was servant? Fag. Servant's name is given. That was Fag. Look at. Once again I tell you. When Sir Anthony Absolute bullied Captain Absolute. When Anthony Absolute or Sir Anthony Absolute bullied, threatened Jack Absolute. When Sir Anthony Absolute bullied to his son Jack Absolute, he was hurt by his father's behavior. So when he went down, he bullied his servant. That was Fag. Again, when Fag went downstairs, he kicked the page boy. So Fag kicked a page boy. This is the sequence of our ill temper or ill behavior or ill manners. So one thing depends upon others. Sir Anthony Absolute threatened Jack Absolute. Jack Absolute threatened his servant Fag, and Fag kicked a page boy. That was the sequence of a person's behavior. With this example, the writer tries to explain the behavior of the liftman or behavior of the passenger. That was the example given by the writer A.C. Gardiner to explain the behavior of the passenger or behavior of the liftman. Look at when he says next, probably the man who said stop, the passenger. The passenger said just stop to the liftman was really only getting back on his employer who had not said good morning to him. Look at, there is, okay, see next first. Probably also होऊ शक्यता आहे the man who said talk to the liftman was really only getting back on his employer who had not said good morning to him because he himself had been henpecked at breakfast by his wife. Henpecked. Here henpecked means criticized by wife or ordered by wife. ज्याला मराठीत आपण बाईल वेळा म्हणतो. एखादा पती जर आपल्या पत्नीकडून छळल्या जात असेल किंवा एखाद्याची पत्नी जर पतीला छळत असेल, त्याला नेहमी टॉर्चर करत असेल, that husband is called henpecked. मराठी शब्द आहे बाईल वेळा. Henpecked at breakfast by his wife, to whom the cook had been insolent because the housemaid had answered her back. We infect the world with our ill humors. Look at the sequence. Here is cook, housemaid, Look at, here is first housemaid. Who is here? Housemaid. After that there is cook, employer, then passenger, and then liftman. What happened? Housemaid behaved bad with rude or bad with cook. Housemaid behaved rudely with cook. She was rude to cook. She is rude to cook. She is rude to cook. Housemaid was rude to cook. So cook's behavior also became bad to cook was rude to passengers, employers, wife. So cook was rude to passengers, employers, wife. So employer is henpecked. Henpecked by his wife. Look at, housemaid was rude to cook. Cook was rude to passengers, employer's wife. And the employer's wife criticized his husband, that was employer. So employer is henpecked by his wife. Now passenger was rude to liftman. So passenger was rude to liftman, and liftman to passenger. This is the sequence. Look at it, is probable. Probably that it might have happened. Look at, when the writer says, Sir Anthony actually bullied or threatened his son, Captain Absolute. When Captain Absolute was hurt or bullied by his father, he bullied or he threatened his servant, that was Fag. And when Fag was threatened by his master, that was Captain Absolute, so Fag kicked a page boy. So that is the sequence, and that was the example. Like that, housemaid was rude to cook was rude to passengers, employer's wife, and employer was rude to passenger. Now passenger rude to liftman, and then liftman threw passenger out of the lift. So that is the sequence of our behavior or bad behavior. The writer says, we infect the world with our ill humors. Bad manners probably do more to poison the stream of general life. जे सामान्य जीवन आपण जगतो, जे जनरल लाईफ आपण जगतो, त्याला पॉइझन करण्याचं काम जर समाज जास्त कोण करत असेल, दॅट इज बॅड मॅनर्स और बॅड टेम्पर्स. Then all the crimes in the calendar. Calendar means, here the meaning is given, calendar of causes arranged for trial in court. कोर्ट मध्ये एखादी केस जे चालू असते त्यात जेवढे काही कॉजेस असेल त्याचे जे काही सिक्वेन्स केला जातो त्याचे जे काही कॅलेंडर वाइज म्हणजे जो सिक्वेन्स केला जातो दॅट इज कॉल्ड कॅलेंडर. सो bad manners probably do more to poison the stream of general life than all the crimes in the calendar. Calendar मध्ये जेवढे काही क्राइम्स असतील, गुन्हे असतील, त्याही पेक्षा आपलं जे चुकीचं वागणं असते, वाईट वागणं असते किंवा आपला जो व्यभिचार असतो त्याने जनरल लाईफ सर्वात जास्त दूषित होते, वाईट होते. फॉर बिकॉज वन वाईफ गेट्स द ब्लॅक आय फ्रॉम अन अदरवाइज गुड नेचर हजबंड. इतर वेळी एखादा पती चांगला वागत असेल परंतु त्याच्याकडून त्याच्या पत्नीला जर मारल्या जात असेल, हिअर ब्लॅक आय मीन्स जेव्हा डोळ्याच्या बाजूची जी स्किन मारल्यामुळे काळी पडते, दॅट इज कॉल्ड ब्लॅक आय. व्हेन फॉर एक्झाम्पल वन वाईफ because one wife who gets the black eye from an otherwise good natured husband, there are 100 who live a life of market down under the shadow of a morose temper. Morose means unhappy. दुःखी किंवा आपण ज्या काही वाईट वागतो त्यामुळे असे अनेक लोक आहेत की जे आजही त्या दुःखाच्या वाईट वागण्याच्या छायेखाली जीवन जगत आहे. But all the same, the law cannot become the guardian of our private manners. परंतु असं जरी असलं परंतु लॉ cannot become the guardian. परंतु कायदा काही आपल्या या वाईट वागण्याच्या किंवा आपलं वैयक्तिक जे वागणं आहे त्यांचा पालक बनू शकत नाही. ते काही आपलं वागणं ठरवू शकत नाही, त्यांना ॲडमिनिस्टर करू शकत नाही, त्यांची व्यवस्था पाहू शकत नाही की आपण प्रायव्हेट जे आपण वागतो वैयक्तिक जे आपलं वागणं आहे त्याची व्यवस्था काही कायदा करू शकत नाही. नो डिकॅलॉग could cover the vast area of offenses. Offenses means here moral offenses. ज्या काही नैतिक गुन्हे आहेत, ज्या काही नैतिक गोष्टी आहेत, no decalogue. Decalogue means here 10 commandments that are given in Bible. 10 commandments means that are the biblical principles about ethics and worship. So these biblical principles are 10. So they are called 10 commandments or decalogue. Here decalogue means 10 commandments. म्हणजे ते प्रिन्सिपल आहे जे बायबल मध्ये सांगितलेलं आहे की ख्रिश्चनिटी मध्ये बायबलचे जे धर्मग्रंथ आहे त्यामध्ये इथिक्स अँड वर्शिपच्या संदर्भात जे काही 10 तत्व सांगितलेले आहेत दॅट इज कॉल्ड decalogue or 10 commandments. So no decalogue could cover the vast area of offenses and no court could administer a law which govern our social civilities, our speech, the tilt of our eyebrows and all our moods and manners. No court can administer a law, can operate a law which govern our social civilities. असा कायदा कोणताही कोर्ट करू शकत नाही की जे आपल्या सोशल सिव्हिलिटी सामाजिक ज्या सभ्यता आहेत, आपलं बोलणं आहे, आपल्या गोव्या कृपया करण्याची जी पद्धत आहे ती कशा करायची, काय करायची, आपले जे काही मूड्स आहेत, आपलं जे काही वागणं आहे त्याला त्याची व्यवस्था करण्याचा कायदा कोणताही कोर्ट करू शकत नाही. हियर देयर इज अ क्वेश्चन. Why is it not possible for the law? Why is it not possible for the law to become the guardian of our private manners? The answer is given in the last few lines. Because the area of moral offenses, here offenses is given, the area of moral offenses is vast. No decalogue, therefore no decalogue or 10 commandments, or that is the principles that I have told you. No decalogue or 10 commandments administer a law which govern our social civilities, our speech, or the tilt of our eyebrows, or our moods and manners. Why it is not possible? Because the area of the moral offenses is so vast. So the interpretations of these vast areas of moral behavior, our behavior is of different types. The interpretations of these behavior is of different types. So, no court could make a law which govern our social civilities, our speech, or the tint of our eyebrows, and or our moods and manners. That's why it is impossible for the law to become the guardian of our private